Roswell Water Utility Board meeting to order Tuesday, November 25th at 5 p.m. Thank you all for being here. We have our agenda before us. Has anything changed on it from what has been sent?
Motion to approve.
Second. First and second. Approve the agenda as written. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I could get Mayor McCall, you will lead us in prayer, please.
All right, Father, we thank you for this day and for this time of the year that we can stop and think about what really matters. Thank you for the day, for the rain that we've had and the sunshine that we'll see in the next few days. We thank you for the opportunity to serve. We pray for wisdom that we make good decisions and to do the best for the most. Thank you for each person here. I pray that you bless the people that they love and the people that love them. Keep them safe during the holiday season. May you help us avoid any tragedies for our community this time of year. And we pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
If you'll stand and face the flag, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good to see you. Roll call and determination of a quorum, please.
Heather Bay,
Present.
Mark White, absent. Sissy Parker,
Here.
Jack McCall,
Here.
Lonnie Taylor,
Here.
and Ben Field is absent. We do have a quorum.
Thank you. We've already approved our agenda for the evening. The next order of business is our approval of minutes that are in the packet. Have they changed from what we were emailed? Have a motion to approve. Second. Any communication?
No, we were just pointing which one seconded.
Oh.
Sorry.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next order is our financial report, October 2025. And it's in here. And with our year to date, is there anything in that report that has all that we needed has changed since what we received?
No.
Move to approve.
Have a first. Ms. Proper, and I could get a second. Taylor, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next order of business is our reports. We've got an engineering report by Mr. Evan White with Mid-10 Engineering, please.
All right, so on the, ARP project, Joe Allen, we talked to him, I think he's gonna try to start in January, just because all the holidays, and get materials and everything. That shouldn't be an issue, as far as getting the, everything waited for June 30th of 2026, so, that's when he's gonna start that. On those tanks, like I said, last time, we're gonna try to come back in the spring, it's like all. We addressed the state's comments on that pump station, they're back to them for final review and approval, so. That's Friday Grants is what we're calling that booster pump, so. It should be back any day now, and we can get it bid out, so y'all can get it installed, so we take that tank offline and work on it. Sewer, he came the other day on the flow monitors and gave us all the data, so we're finished with it. And then Gregory Streets, we're basically he's still there, if we can get them or not, if not, we'll have to go on the road, so. Unless y'all have other questions about other things. So I'll wait until the next item on this already to talk about it.
Anybody have any questions? Discussion? I did get a phone call from, a customer and constituent in the community interested, wanting to know about the fences around breached fences that might be on some of the tanks. Timeline for repairs for those.
I talked to Joel about fixing it and everything, he's just been behind, he's not up to it yet, Joel Kemp. He's said he just hadn't got to it yet, I had talked to him about it.
Okay. I will call them back and let them know.
Is it timeline?
No man, but I can try to speak to for City-Field.
She just have an answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I'm going down the list here, hydraulic model, Tony got me those readings Monday. So we will get that put in our system and make sure it's calibrated. And I'll have those results to y'all as far as all the pressures throughout the system. And then that model will be there, so anytime y'all have a larger development come in, we can plug it in and see.
Okay,
where they're fixed.
thank you. Anybody have any questions? Or discussion? Right. Tony Kirk with Jim Ranger's report. You're on next.
We just been flow testing some more, trying to get the numbers real cold, we've been helping Jones Brothers out a lot, really moving the 12-inch line on Highway 10 and 25, and they're fixing to start next week, or maybe the first year, on, moving the force main to get ready for the new road. And, we've been having T-Cat, we've got a job out there tomorrow to try to get a meter moved for them to get out behind the building. And we've been, marking a lot for Enbridge, trying to help them out a lot when they cross their water lines, keep it marked stuff where they don't get it. And put in taps and. Things like that. Already got anything in question?
How long do you think it'll take for that force main on that you're gonna start next week? For Highway 25?
Oh. I don't know, they'll lay it. They'll lay it and get it all ready. We're gonna put some insert piles, and then they'll lay the line. They gotta do a big bore. Again, Highway 10, and, they'll get all that ready, then that's what they're gonna cut it, cap it, but we'll have to keep the pump out, pump down out there. So we're gonna run over, and, but I'm not sure how long it'll take.
If I remember correctly, because it's a state highway, you can't do the whole job yourself, going across the road. You've gotta use the contractor, correct?
Well, we're not going across the road, that's just the contractors, I guess.
Well, it's being part of the road project, so. He's actually kind of supervising.
Okay.
But they're doing the work.
Let's make sure
But
everything.
the time will happen quickly, like the work, it don't matter how long it takes to do the new line. It's just when we have to kill an old line.
Yeah.
So they should take a couple of hours.
We're gonna have a back truck out there sucking the lift station out. When they do the cut count, they tie that new line in. That way it don't run over and stuff like that. So they don't have to hustle with it.
Question? That concludes your report.
It's like,
Thank you. Emily Walker with our water loss report, please.
The loss did increase a little bit this month. It's up to 34.7%, which was 29.2 last month. I do know that there were several fires, but we don't get those gallons that they're using. So, I mean, could contribute to our increase in our water loss, some of it.
I have questions. Thank you. We knew that number last month was too good to be true. To stick around too long. It was pretty awesome to include it while we could. Thank you very much. Glad it's just the 36.2. Our next order of business is some old business. We've got Garrett Brothers sewer charges is actually on the agenda. And then let me give you. And right. So we actually have a policy that was in the packet. Everybody's got it. Don't know.
The very last page.
The very last page. So what this does is it takes us to a policy that we were hoping to get into, where we would be able to offer additional assistance for individuals like Garrett Brothers, also with an agricultural line, those kind of things. And it is right on point with what other groups are doing. It was confirmed even at the conference, the state conference that I attended since we last met. And so this has been proposed to the board tonight, if we could add this into policy. The red writing is Mike Walls, the department's attorney. This was his recommendations. Now, just so you know, that one of the big conversations is that was brought up is the clarity that the department actually owned the meter. But just like the water meter, the person would have to purchase the water meter. They would still have that expenditure. So, and that is going to be down on section 4, and then you'll see section 5 with the billing structure. Mike added a couple things, one thing there, and then on 8. So basically, just a brief description is we needed a policy in play to be able to offer anyone any kind of eligibility for a decrease or partial discharge. And so we've created things, a policy that's called identifies people as a partial discharge customers, and that, and then there's a full use. No, and then there's also the no discharge. So it gives an opportunity for your organization to actually save some money.
Okay.
Which is what I know your goal is, and you want to tell your boss that. But because normally we have bills that have 100% of the metered water consumption is what is metered and is what is billed for the sewer bills. And so, but yet there was not a meter on there. So people who are doing partial discharges and those kind of things, they're actually offered to the opportunity to purchase a meter, just like you would a water meter. You come in and you can have monitored. Now the team will have to go through and actually collect that data off that meter and confirm, are they at the 100% water use, or are they at a lower issue? If they're higher, there's a different issue. So, but there is opportunity for some individuals in the community. We've got a sewer discharge metering, dedicated process meters, agricultural livestock meters, calculation methods. All these things are things that are required to be in our policy before we just offer someone leniency on any kind of billing of what anything. And so Emily was able to, and staff were able to pull together some information, collectively put it together. I nerded out and sent her more than she probably wanted to read. Then sent it to Mike Walls, the attorney for us, and this is the final copy of what red writing is his recommendations. And I'm going to recommend that we, if I even need to make it into a motion, which is rare that I do that, but I would like to recommend that we actually enter this into policy for the department.
Tonight,
If you're all comfortable with tonight, we'd love to.
second it.
The first and second on the floor. Any discussion?
Is this gonna give us the freedom to, we wanna waive waive some charges for sewer or something, basically that's what that's gonna do.
If they're not discharging to the system.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If they're not discharging to the system.
So unfortunately, this gives us freedom to do that.
Yes,
Yes.
That we've lacked in the past, and so we needed the policy implemented, so this allows, this vote will, if it passes, will allow that to be. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Thank you for sticking with us.
Yes, so what does this look like as far as, is it gonna be a different rate for water now, being that we don't have sewer? Cause I know they talked about the water being a discount rate or.
No.
What in your case?
Yes,
In your case, you're gonna have a meter just for your, if you was to put in.
An office.
An office, you'll have a meter for that. Your other meter, we know it's 100% taken away, it has to be verified,
right.
but with that the case, that you will have.
So do we need to get another meter then and just pay for it at this point, like a 3/4 meter? Is that kind of what we're talking about? Or is we just not doing that for the office until we would add that, or we would need that?
I don't think you would like to do that.
Okay, so,
No, not right now.
not right now,
Yeah,
we don't have any water going from the building.
Right.
We're just an office trailer, so.
So, yeah, you would fall under the exemption, so we would just take the sewer charges off of your 2-inch meter. And then once you get your office up and going, you would purchase a 3/4, yes, when you are discharged.
I don't think we're gonna build an office, we're just gonna build a set of bathrooms and no female bathroom there, that's all we're gonna build, so we'll have a small line one to it with this.
That you might have a minimum bill on here.
Yes, that's what we figured out, like our normal plans, yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect, well, that works great, thank you, so our water price won't really change, it'll be the same, just no sewer added.
Right, correct.
Perfect, that works great.
Yeah.
What-
Merry Christmas.
I'll tell them.
We're sorry for this long,
It's all fine, just glad we got to the finish line, so, it's all. When will this take effect? Will it be on the next water bill?
We did bills today for previous month, we're a month behind, so as of tomorrow, we will
Okay, so it'll be.
turn that sewer off, yes, we will take that charge off.
You'll feel it in January. It's the best way to say that.
So,
So tell them as of the new year.
that's right, so tomorrow we got 300 yards out of there, so if it starts tomorrow, we're good.
Next order of business is our Gregory Paul Wilson Street water line conversation.
Yeah, and it kind of.
It's all fun. Okay, and nothing new on those?
No.
Mm. And then the new business, we've got our SRF grant program solicitation.
So SRF, is open right now, they do plants, it's an eligible, thing to do. I've also talked with USDA, Chris Hampton, they've been off for, 40 days or something, so he is, trying his best to tread water, so I'm trying not to, sink him any deeper, but he was gonna come and meet with all of us. They do a 40-year note, they do, but right now, SRF's open, that's kind of what this is about. We'll kind of go through some funding options, this is for the new water treatment plant, right now, we're in designing it. No construction at this point. Our estimated cost right now, of course, we're in the middle of design, so it's not a hard number. It's 20 million. What they're telling us is it's about $5 a gallon. Roughly, we're building between a 3 and 5 million gallon plants. It might have to be,
15 to 25.
15 to 25, so let's shoot in the middle. So 20 million. If you do right now, their rates are 4.14%. At SRF, the way SRF works is it's when you sign the contract. So there's years involved because you've got to satisfy them. So I don't care what you do, we're designing this in the plant's being designed with ARP funds, which ARP is piggybacked from SRF. So they're trying to make it be where you roll into an SRF. But still, they're gonna require more documentation than what's provided with ARP, so they're gonna want a facilities plan. They will come in and do some studies as well, so as far as financials go. They will actually tell you what your rates have got to be to do the project. It's not a suggestion, it's you're gonna do it if you're gonna take it. That's kind of the downside to the SRA. But right now, 4.14%, 21 million is about let's say 1.2 million per year to pay it. That's what you'll be looking at. To come up with it. Right now, y'all are making some per year, but I mean, that's a huge shortfall. If you break that down with the current customers that I just pulled off of this report, it's about $27.70 per customer
A month.
a month.
Increase.
Increase, just to cover the swing.
Now, do note that this was the worst case scenario. This was if we had to have to go and borrow every penny for
Every
this,
penny.
every
No-
penny for
no
this
grants.
project with no
And I'm
grants.
trying to look into if there is some out there for that. You could also do bonds. I don't know what the bond capabilities are, so look at, see if that rate's better than 4.14. I'm gonna tell you, USDA is probably gonna be around the same percentage. They'll do 10 more years, so you get 40 years. They will not set rates. They will not do a study and say you've got to have your rates here. So they don't kind of lock you down there as far as telling you what you have to do there. The kick anymore with USDA is you have to fund the plan through construction. Years ago, you could make draws through construction that would go into your loan. Now,
Based on your payroll and,
well, each draw.
yeah,
Now they don't do that, so you gotta get third party funding, so most people are going to larger banks, a lot larger banks. And this is what Chris could come talk to all of us about it, that way y'all can get what theirs is as well. With it being 20 million, you're going to have to come up with that 20 million during construction, so you're gonna be borrowing that, let's say you're gonna borrow that at 6% or 7%, it may be 8%, I don't know, but some part in there, it's gonna be 6+. So for 2 to 3 years, whatever it takes to build that, you know, you're carrying that extra. That's the downside of the deal. Now SRF will give you draws through, they will do draws through construction.
but USDA would.
So the interest start on the entire amount before you draw.
It will be as you draw it, when you're going through,
It's
they call it third
kind of
party.
like a construction loan.
It's just like a house, yeah, you're gonna have 20 million there, and as you draw it, they're gonna start it.
It's from the financing comes in behind you.
And you're not gonna have a contractor that's gonna hold it. That's gonna wait halfway in one draw, so. It's gonna be, you'll be getting a lot of draws. That kind of project, so.
So currently, the design phase is in something but a grant.
Correct, yes, it'll be in June.
We already had it.
Yes, the ARP funds. It'll be designed and ready to go. My suggestion, to the board would be, once we get it designed, we can actually get some competent contractors. You will have to pay them, because you're kind of wasting their time, and they will take our plans and give us what it would cost to build. That's my suggestion, is to do that, because then we won't be guessing at how many million it's gonna be, you're gonna be looking at having to go out and get it. They won't charge a significant amount, you know, as far as what the project's looking at, but you're also asking them to waste a lot of time, all the position projects, but there's some that do that, so just to give us an idea of what we're at.
In the meantime, are we lining up potential customers we can sell water to? Once this thing is done?
Yes, we've been trying that for
Years.
years and years.
How's that go along?
Not like it has every time they go to track. And that would be, that's kind of where the board needs to look at that, because you're putting, you know, to do it now, putting that kind of impact on the customer base for if somebody else, if you could get a big user, they could take a lot of the cost off of that, so. But that's the three options you got, the SRF, all you're doing is getting on the list, so if y'all wanna apply, it's not, you're not saying we're gonna do it, you're not saying, you're not agreeing to anything, basically, it's just, you gotta be on this list for us to proceed on. For
So you're saying you need us to make a movement
that.
on,
If you wanna go ahead.
If we wanna go
or we can
ahead-
Wait till the next time it's on,
and
it opens twice this year.
begin the process at the 4.14
That's just to give you an idea of what it would be like right now.
with rates changing.
Yeah, they change every quarter. I think.
Yes. So,
But all you're doing is all I would do is fill out an application saying, we want a new 5 million gallon water treatment plant at this location, and we'll be on the list. We'll be on a ranking list.
So there's no reason not to be on the list.
I don't know any reason not to be on,
list.
unless you just wanted to stop. If you just want to say, hey, you know, we're not gonna go for 20 million in eligibility of,
Well, you can change it every year too, like,
so. And we already know T-Rex.
like you start now, we'll just have to keep doing it until you either go with them or you go elsewhere. So.
I believe always asking for the million stars, but still challenging you and the team and acquiring as many grants as possible so that it's actually not the loan format, but be eligible for loans so that we can
What I was told through,
move through.
I can tell you right now, Chris told me, and, I don't think he's going back up to this point with USDA was, I think Hartsville's ability to pay index is 90, is a 90 out of 100. That grant, he said there was no way they would get grants with the USDA, so he's done. Knock that out, so I can get with SRA and see what her chances
Well,
are.
and it,
But we didn't get anything on that time.
But at TAUD, they were talking about how the ARP, is starting to require, which it's federal, and that's usually what happens, is they begin to require new things if you get their money. And
Yes.
so,
Well, yeah, I
and for us to be prepared for there's more expenditures, but if we go ahead and get eligible for the walk for the design, we're not asking for the last penny and every penny for at this time. We're just asking to get on the list for eligibility and get and begin the walking process of getting through the design process, not the construction.
Yeah, you're gonna be through the design process no matter what, so I mean, they can set it on the shelf. So it's.
I don't like plants to sit on my shelf.
Right, I don't either. I guess that's what my point is, right now, like, that's what I'm sure.
Yeah, we don't, but yeah, technology changes way too fast in this
But
industry,
depending on
so.
which method you go through funding, certain ones are gonna require certain, criteria to be met.
Mhm.
USDA is gonna make you do Build America, Buy America now, so, the equipment has gotta be American made. All the steel has to be American made, there's lots of things there, so that drives your cost up, so. 20 million might not be 20 million with that grant, for SRL, they're gonna require. I'm pretty sure they require Davis Bacon wage rate certified payroll. They also do, AIS, so American Iron and Steel, so. Each one's got its,
Keep chasing around.
you do,
So
that's-
at the end of
you
the.
get it, they're gonna make you do
you know,
some other stuff.
The numbers could possibly be the same, I just think we need to be eligible for everything that's out there, in my opinion.
It's not on your life, like,
I could get that in motion.
Make a motion to get us on the.
Second.
This, all right.
Thank you. First, and Taylor for a second, thank you. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We jumped on that one. Review for sewer billing exemption policy. We discussed that with Garrett Brothers. Anybody else have anything else?
On the agenda,
Mhm.
we've got the water and sewer standard specifications. And Evan will have to speak to that.
So the water and sewer standard specifications, of course, my state of Tennessee has to be renewed every 5 years. The last one that I have record of here being approved was 2000 and. What these are, is you got standards that you give out to contractors that put lines in the ground. And they have to be approved by the state. So right now, they're going off of these old standards. Which are fine. I'm not saying they're no good or outdated or anything, but in order for them to give them out, they have to be good. They have to be within 5 years. Yeah, they have to be, technically permitted, so, me and Tommy started looking at what these 13 ones was and changing, so, it doesn't really affect the projects we do, because the projects we do, we submit our own specifications on, so. It's just, if you move somebody else to come in and do something, and she needs to hand them a packet of what y'all require, and that's what they're for. So, we can revise them, I can sit down with Tony, we can go through all the list of. Well, there's all this, it's like what the height is, and what the ladders, and what centimeters and meters, and what, I mean, it's just, the list goes on and on, but basically we're making it where. If contractor A, B, and C can come here, put something in, they put it in the same thing, and you got 7 different brands that they're trying to work on, they don't have pieces for us.
That's where I was gonna ask, was the fire hydrants that don't, that
Like when we.
no longer were serviceable.
You or English, M&H, as we say, we set some standard there on top of it, so. But that's just to give us authority to. Redo them and send them to the state, and I'll have 5 years. Current.
So do you need movement on permission to begin to work on them?
Yes. Y'all won't done, I mean. You don't have to, that's what I'm saying, they're not, but they keep, every time we turn something in, they're like, how you know those are out, yeah, well, we're turning it in, so.
So moved.
We're gonna go first, Mayor McCall, and second by Ms. Harper. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Anything else? Board members? Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
What about Rosemary?
Rosewood.
Where's,
Right,
oh, I missed public comments, I'm so
I
sorry.
changed your name too, so I'm sorry.
It's okay, that's all the time.
I skipped right over the last line on the front page, so we're,
Trying to save paper.
what?
I was trying to save paper, I'm sorry.
All is
Going
well.
on the back.
No worries. So before the meeting, I was asking if you guys had received any type of complaints from, residents that are around on Boat Dock and Courier Span with all the amount of blasting and construction that's happening. I know our office is getting a lot of different people calling and saying, how long is this gonna be going? I'm starting to see damage, and that started me thinking about you guys and whether or not some water lines are possibly being damaged through the vibrations and everything. And so, I had contacted the state and spoken with the state blasting investigator. He was kind enough to send me all types of information as far as if somebody does have a complaint, they can go online and file this, and I have all this kind of documentation in the email that I can email to people. I also have copies in the office. But if you go online and file a complaint, you get on the list, and that triggers an investigation. So anytime that somebody a blaster starts blasting, especially if they're in Enbridge, they are videotaping every single blast. They're, all the different, blasting handlers. So whatever date it is, they can go and they can pull that film, they can watch how they load all the explosives, whether or not they put them out there, all the different things. And seeing whether or not that blast was within the parameters that it's supposed to be. And if not, then, of course, fines are accrued and everything else like that. But, so I'm encouraging anybody that has any type of, concern to go ahead and file for this. And, I know they went around and spoke with everybody that was within 300 feet. That's the magic number there, 300 feet of the blast location. Now, we know that we hardly have any rock here in Shasta County, right? So that whole area up there is a big rock shelf. And anytime that there's gonna be some blasting, you are going to have vibrations that go beyond the 300 feet. I know that they have went around and put door hangers on everybody's door out there. And it also has like a QR code. Again, I had this in the office and I emailed it to people. We're gonna take them right there to the site. And a lot of people, I know Enbridge has been really, really good on being transparent of letting us know what was coming down the pike. They held all types of open forum meetings. They held presentations for the community as well as the county commission. And so, but that's been a while, right? They've been doing this for the last 3 years. And so now that they got the notice to proceed, now it's coming forward. And so I do have like a basic site plan of what all they're going to be doing. So you can see where the solar array is going to be, you can see where the compressor station is going to be. Right now, they do have all the large construction lights. I'm sure that they're going to be working 24/7 to get this project done. You can go and just drive down Boat Dock and you can see all the different work trailers out there. Numerous workers out there trying to get this accomplished. And just to let you know, in talking with the investigator, their blasting permit lasts until June. So blasting could stop for a certain period of time, as they're getting all their construction done, and then all of a sudden they discover more rock. Well, the blaster has that ability to come back in and start blasting again. Their permit ends, again, as I said, in June. So I just wanted to give everybody information. And if you guys would, keep me apprised if you had any type of concerns or issues.
Thank you.
I did get one email this week that said, this is just FYI to me, that Enbridge is out doing pre-blast inspections, but they've been blasting for 2 weeks. That gentleman said, just wanted you to be aware. I understand they purchased a house out there that's nearest to the blasting zone.
There is.
You
one
told me
house-
that today.
Yes, sir, I did.
That's a solid issue. I do have one other thing, that was calling my attention and everybody's been helpful on this. Wayne Sanders was, any problem?
Oh, yeah.
And, he's been diagnosed with, colon cancer, and they have been, since they lived there, pumping water to a 1,000-gallon tank and then gravity feed down to their house, and his wife called me this week over the weekend to see if there's anything we could do to get water there, and so I looked at it from a private standpoint and thinking that they were pretty close to water, but if you let me know that they're one way 2,500 feet, another way 2,000, so it's, we get to even if I can pull together some private people to do it. I have no idea what it takes to carry water 2,000 feet.
A lot of rock there too.
100,000.
I'd say there's a lot of rock.
100,000 for me.
Yeah.
170.
If they're on the 2, it's fine.
Just say higher or lower, if you know, higher or lower. 75.
What'd you say, 2,000 feet from one?
Yeah.
You might as well say 25 because you got rock.
sure there's lots of rock, I don't know.
Under, they on the high side.
Under my house. The English people are beginning to say, refer to the farm out there, but use the word rock. The estimates on what it's gonna cost to do the blasting, to put the solar in, it's just mind boggling, but. Too late to turn things. That's all I have.
You have anything?
Move to adjourn.
Second,
First, second, all in favor, say aye.
second.
Have a great, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.